I've got some fresh electrolyte. I just made it. It's clear as water, as you can see inside my stainless steel bowl here. I made the electrolyte from this previous batch of silver crystal that I just harvested. And I got about 1,700 grams of pure silver crystal. And I used 600 of it to make this batch of electrolyte. We're going to restart the cell now. I've made a brand new anode bar. And what I'm going to do is I have some pure silver crystal here. And we're going to use the pure silver crystal in the silver cell. In other words, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this silver crystal and I'm going to fill up the anode basket here with the pure silver crystal, and we're going to run it back through the cell a second time. See what kind of result we get from that. Now what I'll do is, here's our cover to the cell. I'm going to put that on. Now we're going to take the anode basket here and place that in the cell so that the bottom of it is submerged in the electrolyte. We're going to put our electrode bar on top here. I usually put a piece of paper towel over this opening here, this observation port that I have cut into the board there, and just a little bit about what this cell does. What I'll do is, it's full of electrolyte. This is a 3.5 liter stainless steel bowl I bought at Kmart for 10 bucks. It's full of silver nitrate that I dissolved and added water to fill it up to the 3.5 liter level. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the opening up here so nothing gets down inside the cell. This is the negative pole of the power supply. What I do is I connect it to the rim of the bowl at 3 points. And this will conduct the electricity through the stainless steel bowl that acts as the cathode for the cell. This is the positive side of the power supply, and I connect that to my electrode bar here that's sitting on top of the anode basket. I'm going to reach up here now and energize the power supply. Adjust it for about 3.5 volts. And then we are now in operation. You can see there's nothing forming in there just yet as we turned it on just now. But in just a little while, what we'll get is some pure silver crystal forming on the inside edges of my stainless steel bowl. The silver cell has been operating now for about, I guess, hour and a half, 2 hours, with the pure silver crystal up here. And we're running the pure silver crystal back through the cell a second time to get it nice and pure. And that's what the growth looks like inside my stainless steel cathode. Day 2. Let's see what the crystal looks like in here. It's been just over 24 hours since we started refining the silver a second time in the silver cell. Here's the anode basket. What I'm going to do is add some additional silver here. So I'm going to pull this out, set it up here out of the way. Get some of the crystal and Fill the anode basket with fresh silver crystal. That's it. Day 2. Today is Tuesday. Here's our crystal growth on day 3. Today is Wednesday, day 4. The cell operation. And that's what the inside of our cell's looking like. That's 4 days worth of growth. This is day 5, Thursday. I started this on Sunday. Counting Sunday as day 1. And that's what the silver crystal looks like right now. Today is day 6, Friday. We got a good current flow still here. Normally this would drop off because as the cell operates, the anode basket gets clogged up with silver cell slimes from the impure silver shot that we feed it. We're not feeding impure silver shot today. What we're doing is feeding pure silver crystal, and the result is the anode basket is staying nice and clean, and so there's not a bunch of junk down in there impeding the flow of current through the cell. As a result, the current flow stays high. Here's what our cell looks like on day 6, Friday. Beautiful. Today is Saturday. Our amp flow is still relatively high here, 0.9 amps. If you look down at the cell, you'll see a little tunnel has formed underneath the anode bar there, where the silver has dissolved and fallen away. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set up here and add some more silver crystal. You can see that stuff is dissolving pretty good out of there, right quick. There, it just all fell down. And this is about all the silver I got left here. That back in now, and you'll see up here that our amps are still at 0.9 amps, 3.5 volts. Now let's look inside of the cell, see what it's looking like in here. Oh yeah, look at that, man. That is some beautiful looking pure silver crystal there. Very nice. Day 6, this is Saturday. It is early Sunday morning, about 12:30 a.m. Came out to check on this. Noticed that the anode bar is getting fairly close down into the electrolyte there. So, and I don't want to get the anode bar down into the electrolyte. If I get it down into the electrolyte, the anode bar will dissolve. So what I'm going to do is I've got some fresh silver crystal here. I'm going to fill our jar, or our anode basket, back up with silver. 12:30 a.m. This would be, I think, day 7. I started this last Sunday, and it's early Sunday morning right now. Alright, that should get us back in business here. It's 8 p.m. on Sunday. This thing's been going now for 7 days in a row. I count today as day 8 because I started it on Sunday last. And if you look down in here, look how that silver crumbles down into the basket there when I touch the bar. We've got a nice current flow going on here. And the reason is because we're doing pure silver crystal here. The impedance that we normally get with running impure silver shot through the anode basket is not there because this is pure silver crystal. So we don't have a bunch of slimes in there clogging that filter up and impeding our current flow. So let's see what we got inside here now. This is, oh yeah, we're starting to look pretty good. Some nice looking crystals. That's looking real good. Today is Monday, March 9th. I started this cell on Sunday, March 1st. So we've been in operation that long. Here's a look at the crystal that's growing in here. It's doing real well. It's Tuesday. And we're going to take a look in our cell here. See how that collapses? All right, it's Wednesday. As you can see, this cell is just really gobbling up the silver. What we're gonna do here is take a look down inside, see how that's looking. It's looking pretty nifty. Nice clean silver crystal. Now what we're gonna do is cover this back up and add some more silver in here before we start dissolving the anode bar. Don't want to do that. You can see the electrolyte down at the bottom there. This thing's really chewing the silver crystal up big time. It likes it. Nice diet of pure silver crystal for my silver cell. No impurities to clog the filter up. Not a bunch of slimes, copper, and other precious metals in there to impede the flow of current through the cell. So it's going along real good here. Make a mess. I'll clean all that up with a pair of tweezers here in a minute. Let's get the silver cell back together here. And look, see our current flow is looking real good. Perfect. See what happens when you get in a hurry like that, start dropping junk everywhere. Let's go back and pick it all up, clean it all off the top of the cell. No problem. I started this cell on Sunday, the 1st of March. Today is Thursday, 12 March, and that's what we've had over that period of time, this growth in the cell. Today is Friday, 13 March. This thing's been going nearly 2 weeks here. Notice how all the silver's caved in there from being dissolved. Let's look in here and see how our silver crystal's looking. This thing's been on about, it'll be 2 weeks, day after tomorrow. Looking good, man. That crystal looks really fabulous. And here, looking down into our cell, we've got, oh yeah, some nice crystal growing in there. Look at that. Nice chunky crystals growing up off the bottom. It's Sunday, 15 March. I'm going to take a peek inside here and see what we got. You can see the crystals are growing very nicely. The electrolyte is remaining crystal clear, essentially. So we've been on here for 15 days. It's Monday, 16 March. If you look down in there, you'll see that all the silver is dissolved underneath the anode bar there. See how it just falls down in there? I'll pull this out. Let's look inside the cell here and see what it looks like. Oh wow, look at that. Snow white crystals in a crystal clear solution. That looks fantastic. We'll let this go one more day before we harvest the crystal out of here. What I'm going to do is load up the anode basket here with some more crystal and let this thing run one more day here. See how it does. It is 17 March. It's been 17 days since I started up the silver cell here. Let's take a look in here. And you can see we got some nice, beautiful, white, pure silver crystals growing in here. And I think we got room for one more day here. Wednesday, 18 March. Experiment's been going on now for 18 days. As you can see, that silver's all dissolved in there. So we're going to add some more silver here. Keep going until this thing won't go anymore. Take a look down in here and see what we got. Oh yeah, look at them nice, chunky, pure white silver crystals. Today is 19 March. I started this up back on 1 March. The cell is full now. We need to go ahead, take this thing apart, and harvest our twice refined pure silver crystal. The experiment's been going now for 19 days. I'm going to secure the power supply here. Now what we'll do is we'll come down and I'm going to remove the electrodes here, the leads. Then I've got a container here, a pair of tweezers, and I'm just going to grab the anode basket and stick it in this temporary container right here. Now we're going to remove the cover here. Set this lead up out of the way. Take the cover off and reveal the pure silver crystal inside. There's our silver crystal. What we're going to do now is pour off some of the electrolyte here into this beaker over here. Carefully. All right. See, the electrolyte is just about clear as water. Now what we'll do is take our little tool here. I've got a little stainless steel spatula here, and I'm going to scrape the crystal off the sides of the bowl. Transfer the crystal into this beaker here. I'm going to pour off the rest of the electrolyte and use our spatula to keep the crystal from pouring out with it. Here's a look at our pure silver crystal. Very nice. Got some boiling distilled water here. What we're gonna do is take it out here to our silver in this jar, add it to the jar, and then we're gonna rinse this off and then pour the rinse water in with the electrolyte. Second boiling distilled water rinse. And now we're going to take this, we're going to pour it off into our jar here that's got some copper in it. There's some other silver solutions that I'm cementing the silver out with copper. I'm going to add this rinse water here because it'll have silver in it from the electrolyte. Third boiling water rinse here going in. I'm going to get a little sample of the rinse water here into the this little beaker. Come on. And then we're going to put some hydrochloric acid in here. Hydrochloric acid. I'm going to add it to this rinse water and get an idea of how much silver is left in there. As you can see by that cloud of silver chloride that formed when I put the hydrochloric acid in, we've still got silver nitrate electrolyte on the silver crystal, and we need to do some more rinses. I've got a jar of silver chloride here that I keep, and I pour my rinse water into this jar and save the silver in the form of silver chloride. I'm going to add this rinse to it. It's got a little bit of silver in it, but we're getting maxed out in my jar over there that's cementing. So I'll just convert the silver in the silver nitrate rinse water to silver chloride by adding hydrochloric acid to this jar. Okay, here's our fourth rinse. Boiling distilled water to get the electrolyte off of those crystals. Pour it off to our silver chloride jar here. Distilled water boiling, rinse number 5. I don't want to add any more to that glass jar that I had. It was not a tempered glass jar. It was heating up, so I don't want to put no more of that hot water in there. Let's pour this, a little bit of this off. Get a sample here, and we'll test this rinse water for the presence of silver nitrate with some hydrochloric acid. Here's our test. I'm going to add some hydrochloric acid, see if we still got silver nitrate in our rinse water. If we don't see a cloud of silver chloride here, that means that we've got all of the silver nitrate rinsed off of these crystals down here. I'm going to pour this rinse water in here just as a temporary place to put it. Rinse some of the silver out of this bowl here with it. I've got a little bit of boiling distilled water left in our container here, so I'm going to pour it in and rinse this off. And then add the silver, or add the rinse water to this container. And what we'll do is empty our pure silver crystal into this Corningware dish here. Now we'll transfer our pure silver crystal over here to the fume hood. Here's the other processes I have going on. This is cement silver here. Some more cement silver. I'll get that processed later on. What we're going to do now is put this in here on some heat and let this crystal dry off. Okay, I've got the electrolyte right here. What we'll do is I'm going to add some pieces of copper to a clean beaker here. I'm going to show you how to cement pure silver out of the electrolyte. I'm going to dump some of our electrolyte in. This is our electrolyte. Dump it in right now. Watch what happens on here. What's going to happen is the silver is going to come out of solution onto the copper. The copper is going to go into solution. You'll see the solution turn blue from the copper going into solution. As the silver comes out of solution, it will be a gray powder that falls to the bottom of the beaker. Looks like wet cement. We call it cement silver. Here we go. This clip is speeded up, 32 times normal speed. What's happening here is the silver nitrate solution is giving up the silver onto that copper as the copper goes into solution. Here's our cement silver doing its thing in the beaker here. What we're going to do now is get the silver crystal off the heat back there. I'm going to take it in, let it cool down, and then we're going to get a weight on it. All right, let's get a weight on our silver here. Turn our scale on. We'll put our container up here. Tear the scale. Now we're going to add the pure silver crystal here a little bit at a time and get a weight on it. All right, looks like we've got 1,975 grams, almost 2 kilos of pure silver crystal here. All right, here we go. We're going to put some silver crystal in a bag here, offer it for sale on my eBay store. The bag weighs 120.120. Write that right here on the bag. Silver. We're going to put 5.070. The bag is 0.120. Total weight of the bag in the silver will be 5.190. I'm going to open our bag up and get some pure silver crystal in here. Let's see if we can get this done here. Some of these bigger crystals floating around on top here. So we want the total weight of the bag and the silver in it to be 5.190. We got 4.515. 4.9. 5.280. 5.200. That's close enough. I got it labeled 5.190 and we're at 5.200. Okay, we ended up with nearly 2 kilos of pure silver crystal, double refined. It's been through the silver cell 2 times, and I gathered up about 5 troy ounces of it, put it in this bag here. We'll offer this for sale on my eBay store. That'll conclude the video. Thanks for watching.